Hello, namaste, and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena. I'm super excited to share with you today's session that is related to the malware with 1,000 faces. Oh my God, a very dangerous malware that was introduced, I think, in 2005, and still hackers are using it with the different names, with different combination, and it just affected the banking industry, we can say, especially around the world, that affected so many users, and still the information related to their banks or other valuable information, and that was really very dangerous or devastating malware. In today's session I will discuss about it, so let's start today's session. The name of the virus, or Trojan, we can say, that was Koji, Koji virus. Okay, and it was started with a mastermind plan of Nikita Kozmin. Okay, and the all over the internet, the name is 76 Series is also famous, and the person Nikita Kozmin, he was from Russia, and he was thinking why not to develop a code, because he was wonderful in programming and coding. So just to sell that code over the internet, or to use that code to steal the information of the users, especially that's related to financial, and why don't that encash that particular code. Okay, and that code he just wrote. uh, he also needed a person that can have the knowledge of again programming, and can add some code along with his code, and can convert into web injection. Okay, so he found the other person, Dennis. Okay, he was from Latvia, and Miami was the nickname of on over the internet. Okay, and then they need the army of cyber criminals who can use that their code. Initially, they just rented their code, and later they just thought to sold out the code, and whatever the profit the cyber criminal will uh, earn from that particular code, they will also get the share of particular code. And it was around $50,000 they send per customer particular code. Okay, so but that was just the code they are having. They also needed the proper infrastructure where they can establish their website, web pages, web server, and the IP addresses they need. So lot many things, infrastructures was required, and they needed a person who can just provide all these things. So the another third person just came in the picture. His name was Mr. Peniska. Okay, and AK name was Virus, so we will call it Virus. And the specialty of that person was he was working a kind of service provider, which will give the valid IP addresses, web servers, and those infrastructure will help hackers to perform uh, attacks, and to establish their web servers, to establish their services over the net, from or just to sending the spam emails. So when anyone will be fall in the trap of hackers, they will encache the information. They will steal the information from their uh, computer, and then send to the command and control server which established on over the internet, that's provided by Mr. Virus. Okay, so spam email, first they will send a spam email, very lucrative email, that prompt the users to click on it and try to read what inside it. Maybe that can be some Word document, could be some PDF or some other document. It can be, or it can be some uh, uh, malicious link or the website where they just set up all those. Okay, now what they did, if any user will open those files, that means they in fact their uh, system, whatever the code they just establish here, generated by uh, 76 services and Miami. Okay, and then this code will start to steal the information from the user, especially from the banking information, and that send again to the cyber criminals, and the cyber criminals will use that information to empty the bank accounts of the victims. Okay, so uh, around 4,450 thousand were the victim of that particular virus, and it was first exposed by in 2007 by SecureWorks. Clear. So millions of the computers were infected, millions of dollars they just stole from different users, and it was really a very dangerous kind of malware. And they, how they established, they just created a bogus page over the internet, and in that bogus space they web injection was working, and over there the users need to provide their detail, which the cyber criminals will use to hack their bank accounts. Okay, just you can see here the example of this is the legitimate customer welcome page from their bank. Okay, so here is, you can see no details was they are asking, but uh, the hackers, this group just created a code, and just as it is, they just copied the web page or the welcome page of that bank, and then they will see, yes, you need to confirm your credential, and for example say social security numbers, their date of birth, ATM card. Okay, expire date, pin code, and lot many things, lot many details they will ask, and these detail they will collect and will use against the. Okay, and Gozi just not stopped at that time. Hackers were using different permutation combination to generate the another kind of malware, another kind of Trojan. Because, for example, say one if one vulnerability exists on the network or on the systems, definitely vendor will find a way to patch it up. Okay, so hacker will create another advanced malware to evade themselves over the over the devices, and just to bypass the securities. So they just generate with the different names, different coding combinations, collecting the code from different uh, uh, famous malware, and then they will create a new one. Wasn't so dangerous? Yeah, of course it is dangerous. And there is a message for you as well. When you receive some email which is having the PDF, or which is having any document or the link that's related to collect the information from for your bank details, or partially the information that is associated with your bank, don't open such mails, don't click on the attachment, don't click on the links. These are the, I'm sure about, will be a trap for you, where the hackers will steal information on your of your accounts. Okay, so you can follow me on the cybersecurity prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Also share that session with your friends and group members, so that you will be able to help them to just understand what this Gozi uh, Trojan or the virus was that, and in how many variations are available, and how hackers are using those information to steal the banking details. Okay, and or other valuable details they can also steal. so just you can help your friends. And in the next session I will discuss about what is web application security architect. It's wonderful. And I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.